I've just finished watching part one of She the People on Netflix. I'm just going to give my review. The thing is, yeah, I feel like this show, it kind of was like making me annoyed. And not even like a good annoyed as well. I think it was more like I wanted her to advocate for herself more in the show. And it's like she kept second guessing herself. And I get this is what happens to black women in the workplace as well. But I just wanted more for the show because I felt like I was being gaslit sometimes when I was watching it. I was thinking, and then you could see the microaggressions. You could just see the racism in general in the office that she was facing. And I get what they're trying to do. Like, this is what a black woman who is a governor or lieutenant governor, whatever they said their title was, can go through each and every day. But it's like, I don't really want to see that. I wanted to see more changes and impacts in the show in regards to her touching on, I think it was they were building something and they said that it needs to be built 2 miles away or 2 meters away, whatever the case was, so it doesn't go through a predominantly poor area that is going to impact black people. I could see the corruption there as well in regards to the guy from the church and whatever and stuff. But in my head, I was just thinking they spent too much time on the cousin and her partner, the one that's meant to be the driver. And I was thinking in my head, like, why are we hearing more about the driver that isn't the driver than anything else? I wanted also more well, I wanted them to touch more on the actual driver that she had beforehand and the security guard, because obviously that person that is playing the security guard is her actual Terry's actual husband in real life, and she has been married to him for I think 17 years. But like I wanted that romance to blossom more, even though in I think it was episode 6 or 7 he was like, oh, he can't basically be her driver because he actually likes her, and I wanted more of the romance side because we're seeing the ex-partner there, him fake co-parenting, whatever else and stuff, but I wanted more of that. I feel like they also are forcing um that house on them, and I get it as well when you're a member of Congress or whatever the case is. I don't know her position necessarily, like in regards to that, but like when you're in a position of power, they offer you the houses when your family move in. But I didn't like how they were like, oh yeah, you can't change anything there. Why am I seeing that flag though? Why am I seeing that flag? Why am I seeing that flag? Disgusting. Then what was it, the children as well? Yeah, I feel like it was just mainly the cousin that really caught it for me. I was just like, nah, I'm not trying to hear that. But I'm glad that in the end, or closer to the end as well, she was able to hire her own people and look into her rights and stuff. So I guess there was elements of that as well. But I do hope the show progresses better in part two, because part one was just, it felt like I was flying through it, and it felt very quick as well. Even though it was like 24 minutes for each episode, I thought it was going to be longer. But I guess this is what they're doing. It's normally like a regular TV show. It may be 30 minutes, and then obviously 24 minutes if you take away the commercial breaks. Another thing I didn't like as well was the mum. She was too involved in every decision the daughter made, and it was like she couldn't make a decision on her own without second guessing herself. And I was just thinking, I hate when that happens in regards to like these shows where they have the what do you call it, the strong parent, and then she's always saying, oh, I would have done this, I would have done that. And then it's like, I get it as well, they're talking about code switching and all this other stuff, but it's like the mum was interjecting too much for me, and it just kind of got tiring. The same with like the cousin as well. Everyone had an opinion but the main character. And I get it's like maybe about a woman learning to be confident in roles and in spaces where she is allowed, not even allowed to be. She's more than qualified for the roles, but they're still taking the piss out of her. And then also just I don't know why it feels like I'm just really whacking on the show, but it's like I didn't also like the ex partner as well, how he was weaponizing incompetency as well when it came to the daughter. He's just believing everything and not even double checking as well, because I don't know if in the show they're going to make him out like he's not a not that he isn't a father figure, but he's not a consistent father figure or something. Because when he was confirming with the daughter, oh, who are you going to, and he's like, oh, she's going to, oh yeah, he was asking her, whose house are you going to, and then she was like, oh, I'm going to blah blah blah's house, you can check with mum. And she basically was obviously doing that thing that teenagers do, oh, you can check and whatever, calling his bluff. And instead of him to be like, okay, let me just check with your mum, whatever else, he thought, no, he wants to earn cool point to be the cool parent and whatever. Ended up now she ends up at a party and she's 16 and drinking when she shouldn't be doing that. But it's like stuff like that as well, even down to the boundaries that people don't have with her being like in office as well, and she needs to set the boundaries with her family, because why is her family so open to be talking about her sex life just like that? And it's like the cousin doesn't know how to, yes, code switch as well, but also doesn't know when to turn it off in regards to like understanding social cues as well. So when she's telling her, oh yeah, you need to what do you call it, we need to get this done, whatever, she's thinking it's a joke or it's a game, but you are a paid employee. I'm not saying that you can't have like banter or whatever, but it's like the cousin doesn't know when to draw the line with certain stuff.